Welcome to Hidden Hilltop Homestead and welcome to another Rag Quilt vlog. I have a lot going on and many orders to work on, so I'm bringing you along with me while I get most of these wrapped up. Currently I'm working on a t-shirt quilt. This is a little bit of a large throw. I wouldn't call it like a twin size, it's really not long enough for that, but we're using 25 t-shirts and I'm creating a beautiful memory quilt from shirts for someone who just retired from special education. So lots of cute prints that I'm preserving in this beautiful memory quilt. So I'm going to be working on this today, and I'm also going to be working on a Florida quilt. I'm sourcing material for a special order baby quilt. I'm working on an all flannel quilt, and I'm also working on filming both this t-shirt and the flannel quilt for tutorials in the future. So lots to do, and I'm just going to bring you along with me and we're going to get some work done. So I'm currently pinning my squares for this t-shirt quilt. I have applied stabilizer to the t-shirt material, and then I have a layer of batting, and then I have flannel on the back, and I'm just pinning these together because I'm going to be doing some free motion quilting on my machine. And after I get all of the squares pinned, we'll move on to the exciting part of sewing. Alright, all of our squares are pinned. We are ready to start sewing. I just have everybody sorted into color coordinating sections so that I don't have to change my thread as much. But I think this has a really good color variety. I had a trash bag full of t-shirts to pick from, and I just picked the ones that I thought went best together, and the emblems were really pretty. And then I texted the customer and she picked out what to put in here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this one aside, and then I'm going to work on another quilt. Alright, so now I am working on pinning my Florida quilt together, very similar to what I just did with the t-shirt material. I'm making my little sandwiches. I'm actually using two different types of batting with this quilt. I'm using up this black polyester batting. I bought this a couple years ago, and I've been using it for like Halloween quilts or things with dark backs. And I had about half a quilt worth, so I went ahead and used up the rest on this because I do have a lot of dark fabric with this one and it won't show through. And the thickness is pretty similar to the warm and natural, so the other half is going to be warm and natural. Alright, I knew this was going to happen, but I ran out of pins. This is as far as I got with pinning, and then what I have left for backing and front fabric and then batting, so I still have a little over half a quilt to pin, but I am all out. I have one left, and I need two per square. So I am going to start sewing on my t-shirt fabric so that I can get some pins back, and then maybe I'll go back and forth between the two, or I'll just see how much work I can get done quilting. But let's get our machine set up and do some free motion. So this sewing machine is like a fancy schmancy all electronic machine. It's very different than my old one, but my old one did free motion quilting as well. It just required a little bit more setup than this one did. So you thread your needle and everything just the same. All you have to do with this one is switch your presser feet and then change a setting on the screen to say free motion, and then it does the rest. It adjusts the height of everything and just allows you to move things around. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about with free motion quilting, essentially the needle's just going up and down and you move the fabric to whatever quilting you want to do. And for this project, I'm actually doing the squiggle lines, and I'm not using a stencil or anything. I'm just kind of like moving stuff around, which I'll show you here in a second. But I am not quilting over the iron-on or designs on the t-shirt. I'm quilting around them if I can and it looks right, but for the most part the middle of all of my squares are going to be open, which is fine. The batting allotment I think is like 10 or 12 inches or something, so it's not going to affect the like integrity of the quilt, but it is going to have big blank spots in the middle. You won't be able to notice as much on the front because it's, you know, taken up by the design on the t-shirt, but on the back it'll be open. But I am squiggling from one corner to another corner, and then I'm squiggling from one of the other remaining corners to the other remaining corner, if that makes sense. And basically I'm trying to make it look like from the back, it's going to look like the stitching just continues on from each square corner on to the next to kind of give it like a continuous look on the back. Now, normally when I quilt my squares, I'm sewing an X through them, but I'm sewing them through a 6-inch square. This is a 14-inch square, so a little bit different. But if you're making t-shirt quilts and you want to just like quilt your shirt simply, you could do stitching through the letters and everything. It won't really matter, but you will see, depending on what color thread you use, you will see that there are stitches going through the design. And I just didn't want that for this one. I kind of wanted to see how it would hold up. And so far, so good. So I'm just going to continuously quilt until we're done with all 25 squares. I should also note that I'm using color coordinating thread for all of this, so everything matches the front and then the back is all the same color. I'm also trying not to quilt about a 1/2 inch from the side because that's going to be the seam allowance I leave to make my fringe on the front of the quilt. But, I mean, it's not going to really matter. If I do get a little too close to the edge, that's fine. I'll just not snip that part whenever I'm cutting the fringe. But I have about 6 done, so we got 19 to go. Okay, so now we are done with quilting all of these squares, and it may look like I did it all in one evening, but this definitely took a while. I was very nervous because I'm working with stuff that's like somebody else's material, and for whatever reason that just makes me take a longer time. But I have everything done. All of the squares look really good. So now I'm just going through and squaring everything up before I start putting it together. That way I do not have crooked or wavy lines whenever I'm sewing my blocks together. It would be a lot more noticeable because these squares are much larger than what I'm used to working with. Normally I'm working with 6-inch squares. These are 14. So I'm just using my ruler, and then I'm also going back and forth with that stencil I made to cut out the front and the back fabric. It's sitting there on my pile of squares in the background. But just making sure everything is lined up and good to go. And then I'll probably work on something else tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. But I'm just going back and forth between this one and my other 2 orders that I'm currently working on. I'm just trying to make a little bit of progress, you know. If I get burned out of one thing, I can work on something else. So last night I got done trimming everything. I went to bed so that I could start new this morning. So I'm going to take all of my squares that are perfectly lined up and we're going to lay them out and make the design. So I have everything laid out, but I think I'm going to actually end up swapping a few around just to kind of distribute some of the colors a little bit more. These 2 blues, I don't like that, but I want that paw print in the middle of the quilt. And I also have like a line of grays right above that. So I think I'm going to flop a few things around, and then once I'm happy with it, I will start putting all of the rows marked and get everything stacked up to sew. So this is going by a lot faster than it normally does because I only have 25 squares. I normally am working with at least like 88 for a baby quilt or 144 for a throw. So this is super simple and super easy. And what I'm doing is stacking my rows up backwards, and I'm starting from the bottom right corner, working my way up to the top left. So when I'm pulling my blocks off, I know like what order I need to be sewing everything together. So I'm going to finish marking these and then we'll see what else we can get into. I decided to go ahead and go back to putting all of my sandwiches together for the Florida quilt. So I'm just going to work on this and get the rest of these pinned and ready to sew. And then I think I'm going to start cutting on another quilt just to kind of like keep things moving. And also I'm getting like a little bored today, and I want to avoid that because I'm trying to be productive. Alright, all squares have been cut and pinned. I got a nice little variety for this quilt, so we're going to go ahead and move on to my next project for today. This is a quilt that I'm also going to be turning into a tutorial, and I'm making a all flannel throw rag quilt. So the front, middle, and back is all made of flannel, and the object of this is to kind of create something that's like a little more budget friendly and easier, less time consuming, all those good things. So I picked out a bunch of really cute fabric. It's kind of like a forest, woodland type stuff. There's mushrooms and deer and trees and all kinds of woodland critters. So I'm just going to get the rest of these squares cut out, and this is actually going by very fast because I'm just cutting out 6-inch squares. I cut all of my fabric into 6-inch strips, and I'm just going back through with my square ruler and cutting out what I need. And I need 144 for the front, middle, and back, so that's a lot of cutting. So we're going to get all that done, and then I'll meet you back here. Alright, all of my stuff is cut. I have my pile separated. This is the back fabric. It's a really pretty beige. And then the middle fabric is composed of scrap flannel, and then I also have leftovers from the squares I cut for the front. So I was trying to figure out a way to calculate this to where if you needed to go buy all of the stuff at once, I'd have a very close amount to where you wouldn't have a lot of leftover. When I went to the store and got all this stuff, I do not have any type of colored print flannel. All I have is solids because that's what I use for the back of most of my quilts. So I had to buy all of the fabric that I needed, and I ended up getting 12 half-yard cuts, which gave me 6 yards, and then you need 3.5 for the back, and 3.5 for the middle, and 3.5 for the front. So I actually only needed an extra yard of scrap fabric for the middle parts. So everything worked out. But I'm going to go ahead and get all these sandwiches put together. So I ran out of pins again, and this is all that I have left, so I am going to call it for tonight. I got stuff to do. We'll come back and finish this tomorrow or maybe the next day. Good morning, everybody. I totally forgot to film it, but I'm starting to put the t-shirt quilt together, and I have 2 rows done, so only 3 more to go. I'm going to get that finished today, and we're going to get this washed and ready to go. So this is the last row I'm going to be finished. That is the top half of the quilt. That's row 4, and then this is row 5. So I'll get all this sewed together and we'll be done. Everything is put together, so now I'm just going to do the trim work, and I just sew a 1/2-inch seam allowance all the way around the outside of this, just like I do for all my other quilts, and then we are done. Alright, we are all done. Everything's sewn together. We'll throw this in the washer with some of these color catchers. I'm going to wash it on cold with a little bit of detergent, dry it, and then we'll come back for a big reveal. While that's in the washer, I'm going to go ahead and start quilting on my Florida quilt and get all of these squares nice and sewn together. T-shirt quilt is done. It looks amazing. I'm fighting for my life right here trying to hold this up and get it all in frame, but I'm really struggling. So instead, I'm going to have my husband hold it and I'm going to take some pictures. It turned out perfect. I love the way everything looks. The quilting's great. The texture of the front is perfect. So I'm just going to get this lint rolled and bagged up and then go get it delivered. Alright guys, we're reaching the end of our vlog. I'm just going to work on the rest of these Florida quilt squares and then call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm glad we got to actually get one finished, and I have a lot of stuff coming up in the future and some tutorials, so subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!